disconnect that, restart this. And we're gonna do an audio check, make sure our audio is good, and then we'll get on our way here in a sec. Connect 2429, that's that. Okay, so we're good there. Alright. Okie dokes. We're going to go ahead and start with our briefing. So, it's going to be a right seat takeoff today. Aircraft is in good shape. No meals. Current weather here in LA. Broke in 1100, so we're going to have to shoot the ILS if we need to come back in. I do have it plugged in for 25 right, just because that's a longer runway, 11-1 on both sides, if we need to make an emergency return. Other than that, we have Long Beach and Ontario if we really need to. Predicted taxi route today is going to be runway 24 left. We're going to push off of gate 13, push tail to the south, facing north, taxi out via Delta, Delta 9er, Echo, Echo 6, full length, 24 left. No hotspots on the way out there. Flaps 5, takeoff. Nice long dry runway is available, 10,885 feet available for takeoff. And departure. If we get any bells or horns prior to 80, I'll go ahead and reject. Other than that, if we get any other abnormalities prior to V1, we're going to reject for engine failure, engine fire, or fire warning. Predictive wind shear, or if the aircraft is unsafe to fly. V1 and above, we're committed to flight. I'll fly the airplane. We'll take it airborne, treat it as an in-flight emergency. I'll handle the aircraft as well as ATC on the checklist since we're a single pilot here. Single engine out procedure, straight out heading 251. We'll handle the emergency out over the water. Minimum safe altitude 7,800 feet. Terrain, all the terrain is going to be off to the north. Highest obstacle is actually over near Malibu, 3,100 feet. We're doing the summer departure. Summer 2 departure, Stoked transition. LA, California, page 10-3 Tango. Effective May 14th with a transition altitude of 18,000. No significant climb gradient required. Top altitude is level 230. We're going to be climbing straight out off of runway 24 left, LNAV VNAV. It's runway heading to 640, then Delray, outer below 3. Any outer below 5, NAC, dark, outer below 12. Summer, Olaf, risen. Splint, Stoked. SERFR for the SERFR arrival into San Francisco, which we'll brief that now. San Francisco, California, page 10-2 hotel, effective May 14th, again, transition level 180. No significant remarks. It's SERFR, gnarly, at 280 out above 200, waves 280 between 15 and 19. Epic between is at 280 between 10 and 15. Follett at 240 at or above 8. Eddy 240 at or above, or correction, at 6, and that's when we'll expect the ILS runway 28 left, or correction, 28 right approach, which I'm just going to make sure the fixes are all in there. So Eddy 6,240, Sid B at or above 4. Seepin at above 3, Axmold 18, missed approach. 3,000 on the San Francisco 281 radial to VQ. And 3,000 feet, the hold is 281 right turns, standard 1 minute legs. There it is. With that, any questions? We'll get the APU started. We'll do our PAX briefing, and we'll be on our way here shortly. Let's do our flow. Got nothing in the center tank. Okay. Checklist time. Before start originating checklist. Logbook is aboard, lanyard pins 3 aboard. Fire warning and overheat check. Start levers cut off. Stab trim cutout switches, normal lights tests checked. FMC programmed briefings. Complete oxygen masks and quantity is checked. ECs on. Navigation switch is normal. Display switch is auto and normal. Fuel. We've got 16.5 cleared with 16.4. Center pumps off. Passengers on. Window heat is on. Hydraulic pumps. A's off, B's on. Pressurization set. Auto. Flight instruments 3000 set. Auto brake. RTO. Takeoff warning horn. Actually, it's yellow. I'll check that out. Okay, there it is. Auto brake, RTO, takeoff warning horn check, park brake set, transponder TARA. Aileron and rudder trim centered. OFP fit for duty, accepted sign. 4-star checklist complete. Connect the bus. Could do that. Now it's been about 2 minutes, so we'll go ahead and get some AC in the back for the packs. Make our PA 53 minutes en route. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, welcome aboard Southwest Airlines Flight 2429, service to San Francisco. Flight time 53 minutes en route. Cruising altitude is going to be 34,000 feet. Expecting a smooth ride over up to San Francisco along the coast. Current weather in San Francisco, scattered clouds, temperature of 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Just waiting on some final paperwork up here, and we should be on our way just a couple of minutes. Thanks for choosing us here at Southwest Airport. Alright. We are connected on the bus, so let's close these doors here. Aft door, close. Close, close. Alright. Release that. Release the ground power. Release everything. I just want to do it one at a time. So I verify all this stuff is good. We have our brakes set, so wheel chocks. I'm gonna go ahead and remove those doors. Simulate regatta numbers. Report 1 with the ops agent. Cool, we're good. Close the door. Make sure the jet bridge starts to disconnect. Alright, and if it doesn't, we can do it manually. Right here. Aircraft, jetway. Boom. Pushback, request pushback. There it is. Alright. Got our numbers. .9, 44. Alright, let's get this baby trimmed out. 5.9er on the trim. There it is. Alright, all this stuff looks right. Awesome. Looks good with me, and we'll do the before pushback checklist. Zero fuel weight, 124.3 set, gross weight 140.7, cross-checked. PWB remarks reviewed, and ones 50/18, reduced set, runway 24 left. Set, flaps PWB5 CDU, 5 V speeds 140, 140, 144, set, stab trim, 5.9er set. Then cleanup altitude, what is it? We didn't set it, I'm not going to set it. 1128, call it 1200. Set, flight at door, lights out. Cockpit to ground, aircraft 85, 170 is off, he's on, door lights out, brakes are set. How we doing? Make sure we're clear behind. We are, we're going to get pushed back on the Super Tug today. Awesome. Cleared, brakes are released, clear to push, tail south in the alley. Let us know, we can fire them up. Alright, 2 then 1, here comes number 2. Here comes the deuce. Start the timer. Oil pressure. Light off. Alright, push is complete, set. Park brake set. Roll back. Here comes 1. Start 1. Let's let ventilate. Oops, that needs to be there. Oil pressure. Light. Nope. There it is. Light off. Alright, looking for 3 guys pinning the bag. Oh, they're already back in there. Alright, I guess we're good. 3 ramp agents, the bypass pin, and the comm box. They've got it. Alright, start our warm-up time. Boom, there it is. 2 minutes for the NGs. Check the generators. Steady by flaps. Flaps. 5. Flaps 5. Control check. Alright, FO does the control column while the captain does the rudders. Alright, for taxi checklist. Electrical. Generators on. Propete. Oops, forgot to turn this off. Propete. Is on. Anti-ice off. Flight controls free. Flight deck windows closed and locked. Flaps. CDU 5 indicates 5. Green light. For taxi, checklist complete. Numbers are still valid. Actually, since we're so close, we'll do our for takeoff checklist here. Since it's a very, very quick taxi, which would have been briefed to the flight attendants so they know. Alright, do our throttle burst. Alright, we don't get nothing. Alright, for takeoff checklist, mid takeoff fuel. Verified, departure plan. Not required. Attendant notification complete, electrical generators on, NES off, packs auto, bleeds, engines on, APU off, start switches, left continuous, APU off, flaps, CDU 5 indicates 5, green light, start levers auto, recall, checked, which you already did. For takeoff checklist complete. And I can't see anything out there, it's so dark. I'm just going to turn these on. There we go. LA traffic southwest 2429, taxiing 224 left, LA. Warm-up time complete. Auto throttle, LNAV, and VNAV. Armed LNAV, VNAV, we got it. Clear left going left. Terrain radar. Clear right going right. Alright, here comes the lights. LA traffic southwest 2429 departing 24 left via the summer 2 departure LA. Final is clear. Clear left, going left. Where's the button again? There it is. Two, 4 left, verified. Set takeoff thrust 89.9, or 88.9. knots. B1, rotate. Landing gear up, please. Positive rate, landing gear is up. Set speed. Flaps 1. Flap thrust. Flaps 1. Flaps up, please. Flaps up. Speed intervention. Oh, trying to click the landing gear into the off position. There it is. Let's delete the D rate, because we don't need it. Switch over to 22.8, there it is. Oh, I look away for like 2 seconds and this thing just is way off. Okay, we're still hand flying right now. I'll probably continue to hand fly for a little bit. That was a peak, climb check. Pressurization check, start switches off, AP off, climb check complete, or climb checklist complete. $11 for 12. Actually, we might not have to level off. Let's see. Alright, we're past dark now, we're starting the right turn. Alright, we don't need this anymore. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, come join, bro. I think this will be my only flight tonight, which is LA to San Francisco. And then I'll do another one probably tomorrow. Tomorrow night, late. Probably San Francisco, Vegas. Not sure yet. Then I got to go back to work for a couple more weeks. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just doing this one tonight, just because it's already almost past midnight now. Did a couple streams last night as well, which was pretty fun. But I'll be back to work for a couple weeks, so then I'll be back here, back on the sim for another couple of weeks, probably the latter part of July. There we go. Here we go. Still hand flying right now. I don't know when I'll turn the autopilot on. Probably pretty soon though. I just want to get some practice in. Where is that? Nice, man. I'm sure the Boris probably sounds really nice. not really too crazy about the sound pack that PMDG has built in. I guess it's okay, but could be better, that's for sure. Coming up on our transition altitude. 180 standard set. Alright, I'm gonna go Command B. Command B. Alright, these lights come off at transition altitude. And as we climb, I'm going to brief the approach into San Francisco, California, which we can get it up on here, actually. I know there's a way to do it on here. Here it is. Arrival, San Francisco. Approach. ILS 28 right. There it is. Bring this bad boy up. And we're going to brief this here in a second. Let me double check ATIS for San Francisco is ATIS Oscar 3001. There it is. Got that set up. And I'm just going to set speed 330. We'll climb out fast. 795. Cruise Mach 795. And descent 795, 284. 280 for the SERFR arrival. Flaps 30. 11.7, 284. Let's get this plugged in. 1117. 1117. Boom, there it is, 284. That is in there. Here we go. Okie dokes. Let's do the approach briefing really quickly. Alright, San Francisco, California, we got the ILS 28 right approach, page 11-3, effective May 19th, localizer identifier is IDWQ, frequency 111.7, we got that set up on both sides, final approach course is going to be 284, expect cross Aximal at 1800 with an ILS DA of 213. I'm going to set that right now. There it is. Touchdown zone elevation 13 feet, MSA if we need it 5,000. Remarks. Seater not authorized, simultaneous. No significant remarks. Simultaneous operations require use of vertical guidance. Maintain last assigned altitude until established on glide sub. Sounds good. We do that anyway. Alright, so we got... I've already verified all the fixes in here. But the way it goes is... Eddy, 240, 6,000, SIDB at or above 4, seeping at or above 3, Aximal at 18. Down to that DA of 213, expect to see a PAPI on the left side of the runway. Also 2 approach lighting system. In the event of a go-around, we will fly the published mist or as directed by the tower published mist straight out to 3,000, intercept the 281, which will basically already be on it. 281 radial from San Francisco VOR to VQ. And 281 right turns for the hold. Highest obstacle on the approach is east at 3,049 feet, should be no factor, and 1,800 for the RVR is what's required for this. Nice long runway available, flaps 30, doing 10,505 feet available for landing. Plan to make a left turn off at Echo, and we'll hold short of runway 28 left unless otherwise directed by tower. Couple of hot spots, hotspot 3 and hotspot 1, just make sure. Hotspot 3 on Tango, we hold short of 28 left unless we're cleared to cross otherwise, and hotspot 1 just a lot of confusing taxiways, so we'll make sure we're on the right line coming in. But we should expect to cross 28 left on Echo, then a left turn on Alpha to the gate to Terminal 2, the D concourse. And that's pretty much it. Let me reset this. And let's figure out what gate we're going to. 2429. Delta 3. Oh, and CTAF frequency. Let's plug that in here. CTAF is 20.5. There it is. Okay, what did we say? Delta 3 was it? Let's pull up the gates here. This right here is probably what it is. No, this one. Delta Tree, where is it? Alright, it's in the alley there. Off of Alpha. Between C and D. That sounds like a plan. It's not a towing gate, is it? No, it's not. I don't think. Sweet. Awesome sauce. Pull up our star, which we already briefed on the ground. But we'll have it pulled up anyway. Awesome. Still climbing. Alright, we've transitioned over to Mach number now. Perfect. We like having those protections, right? That's why we stay in VNAV. Because if we were stuck, if we were in level change, it wouldn't switch over on its own. There we go. N1 LNAV VNAV speed. I don't even know if I have a PAX cam set up, to be honest. I don't even know how to go back there, to be honest. I don't have all my views set up, unfortunately. But that would be a sweet view. Get the wing coming in. Yeah. And I've already set up a ring, so I took runway 28 right, set up a ring, 5-mile ring and a 10-mile ring. But when we do all this stuff, we make sure everything is in order, right? Go each fix step by step. Make sure there's no discontinuities or anything that's going to place you somewhere else. Because some of these fixes exist in different parts of the world, and the FMC is not foolproof. We could put something in the FMC that is clearly wrong, and the FMC will do it. There we go. Shift W. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm trying Shift W right now. It moves my head though. That's all it does. Interesting. As soon as we hit top of climb, pretty much going to go straight into the descent checklist. Because this is a quick flight, so touchdown is at 8:02 current time now 7:32, so 30 minutes from now is touchdown into San Francisco, California. Coming up on 32 for 34, or correction, 33 for 34. Almost within 50 nautical miles of TD. And we'll go straight into the descent checklist. FMC, speed, LNAV, VNAV, path. Speed intervention, I'll just set 0.81 for now. Just because I want to go fast. Alright, here we go. Descent checklist minimums. Set, VREF and VTarget. 144, 149, set. Auto brake, off. Recall, check. Descent checklist complete. Plan manual braking into SFO cruise. And then we can simulate that ATC has cleared us via the SERFR arrival, which means the bottom altitude is 6,000 feet. And here we go, 6,000. We're going to set that over here. Alright, so we got LNAV, VNAV, pass, setting, bottom altitude, 6,000 feet set. Now the airplane will stay here at 340 till top of descent and descend via the lateral path, the vertical path that is calculated to maintain this arrival and the constraints within the arrival. All the way down to Eddie. If I click this in, still maintains FMC speed. But I can mess with the speed on my own if I want to. which I think I'm going to, because I'm going to say we're going to simulate that ATC has cleared us on the SERFR 4. To send via the SERFR 4, you can delete the speeds, which is A-okay with me. That's what they did to us the other day coming into Hong Kong when I was jump seating on the 7-4. It was just maximum speed all the way in, which was pretty cool to see. Maximum speed all the way in. 7-4, that plane could do 350 knots, or it's Mach 0.87. Transition to 350 knots. And the cool thing over there is that when they tell you to delete the speeds, you can do 350 even below 10. So we did it all the way down to like 5,000, which was pretty cool. Reset the heading bug. There it is. About 22 miles left till TD. There it is. Still 8:02 touchdown time. 140 nautical miles to go. And let me check on an update on the ATIS. Into San Francisco. Oscar's current 27012, 10 statute miles, view clouds 500, scattered 1000, scattered 20,000, temperature 14, dew point 12, altimeter 3001. Simultaneous, closely spaced, dependent ILS 28 right and 28 left approaches in use. It says departing aircraft should be prepared for a hold short notice runway change. Or should be prepared for a short notice runway change. No, not applicable for us because that's for departing aircraft. One left, one right closed. Numerous taxiway closures for construction on the field. Pilots check NOTAMs. Okay. Numerous taxiway closures. You know what they need to do is they need to, in like an update, they need to automatically like red mark taxiways that are closed, or at least like the portions of the taxiway that is closed on the airport diagram, or when you zoom in for it. Auto ATC, send via the SERFR. Okay, we got that. And I'm going to bring this to just normal FMC speed. Make sure this is recording. Okay. Perfectamundo. This one's kind of bright, huh? Let's fix that. They're both kind of bright. Fixed. This one's a little bright too. I'm gonna fix that. Probably there is good. Okay, we're at TD now. Seatbelt sign is on, and we'll make a PA. Which it's still no. I didn't change it back. Can't say I haven't done that in the past. I did that. I've done that like probably 3 or 4 times now, where I've made PA in real life. I've made PAs to the passengers, and I've called ground for taxi, and it was still on PA. It does happen. Alright, I'm going to change this. Because I don't want to fly at 280. That sucks coming in. Okay, what was the weather again? Scattered clouds, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright. Well, folks, those pilots are currently showing about 111 miles to the San Francisco International Airport. Showing a touchdown time of about 1:02 in the morning. Current weather is scattered clouds, temperature 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Do appreciate you flying us here at Southwest. Come back and see us again soon. Okay, that's good. Fantastic. I'm gonna switch over to CTAF because I know I'm gonna forget later. San Francisco traffic, Southwest 2429. About 100 miles to the south, descending via the SERFR for ILS 28 right, San Francisco. I'm low-key debating if I should hand fly this entire arrival coming in. I think I might do that. Let's see. But if we do that, I'm just gonna leave it, let the airplane do its LNAV VNAV thing all the way in, even including with the speeds, to reduce workload. Oh, you know what? Let's do it at 18. How about that? 18,000 feet after we get the approach checklist done. We'll switch the autopilot off and we'll hand fly the rest of the way. All the way in. Sound like a plan? Because why not? I will continue to be a child of the magenta. Wah! You take away my magenta line, I'm gonna cry like a baby. Wah! JK. Here we go. 325, I like that. For now. That's probably the best way to keep the workload to a minimum for the pilot monitoring, is to not hand fly until you at least hit 18. Because there's a lot more to do, you know, descending through 18,000. Like, you know, the approach checklist, making sure I mean, just the checklist, really. Not a lot more to do, but some extra items to verify. The pilot flying has the easiest job in the world because all you do is fly. That's all you're doing. Life is easy as a pilot flying. You just tell the PM what you want. Set speed this, set altitude this. Give me a ring around, you know, the runway, 5-mile ring, whatever. But calling for flaps, all that jazz. Which you do anyway, but it's that much easier when you've got the autopilot off and actually hand flying. (4,000 feet until we hit our transition level of flight level 180. 180. Just got the airplane on there. Very nice. 1,000 feet till our descent checklist. .80 approach checks. Altimeters. 3001. Set packs. Auto. Start switches. Continuous approach checklist complete. I got these lights on. These don't usually come on until clear for the approach. This doesn't usually come on until clear to land. I'm going to turn all of them on now because I'm going to be busy hand flying coming in, so alright, let's do that. Alright, so now we're going to hand fly. We're going to go ahead and switch that over. There we go, speed intervention and okay, speed brake is armed. Here we go. Autopilot is off. Gonna keep the auto throttles on for now. The easiest thing in the world is just staying with the flight directors. That's all you gotta do. Oh, and the other thing we forgot to do is ding the flight attendants. There we go. Southwest does it at 18 now. They don't do it at 10 anymore. It does say drag required, so I'm going to bring this thing out. Oh shoot. I look away for 2 seconds and the airplane just wants to do something crazy. Alright, so much easier having another person. We're below 10, tenants are notified already. We'll simulate we're cleared for the approach. We're just going to set 3,000 since that's where Axmal's at. And we'll leave it there because that's our missed approach altitude and that's what we're going to intercept at. But Axmal's the final approach picks at 1,800. Alright, we got the localizer identified. GWQ. FMC speed. I'm gonna go approach mode. Actually, no, we don't. LNAV and VNAV. Too early to go approach mode. But we will as soon as we get just outside of Seepin. We'll switch it over. San Francisco traffic Southwest 2429. Eddie inbound on the ILS 28 right, San Francisco. I would use the boards, but the boards are a little funky. Trying to get out. So if we wanted to avoid using the boards, we could just drop the gear. That's a lot of drag that you can put out there to help you slow down. Without using the boards. Four for 3. Approach mode. Low capture, glide slope capture. Flaps 5. This approach altitude is set. Now I have to manually set the speeds coming in. It'll stay at 170. Yes, I am hand flying right now, yes. Flaps 15. San Francisco traffic, Southwest 2429 is on about a 7-mile final, 28 right, San Francisco. And we will stay at 170 until Axel. Or until a mile from Axel. About right there is fine. We'll start slowing. Flaps 30 before landing checklist. Speed brake. Armed green light, landing gear down 3 green. Flaps 30 green light before landing checklist complete. Auto throttle's coming off. That was a feeder, speed 150, sync rate 700. A little bit slow, correcting. Approaching minimums. Minimums and we're landing.
100. 50. 30. 10.
Touchdown. Floated way too long. Alright, extended deployed. Sixty knots. Left turn at Tango. Welcome to San Francisco, ladies and gentlemen. Pops up. Alright, clear left, clear right, clear to cross. And we'll make a left turn on Alpha, and we'll do the loop around to the between the D and the C gates to Delta 3. Gotta set up our cooldown time. Boom. And we're gonna leave those lights on because it's so dark out here. Clear right, going right. It's a 1 minute cooldown for the NGs. 2 minute warm up, 1 minute cooldown. And for the maxes, it's 3 minute warm up, 3 minute cooldown. Alright, this we're going into Delta Tree. Delta 5, then Delta 4, then Delta 3. Here's Delta 4, connect the bus. We've met our cooldown, so we could even shut down 2 if we wanted to. But I'm a little too busy now. There's Delta 3. Oop, surpassed it. Saving it. Wouldn't want to blind the rampers, right? So let's make sure those are off. Damn. Where's the line? I see it. Second one. Alright. Parking checklist, please. Parking brake set. Start switches, or start levers cut off. Anti-collision light off. Fuel pumps forward left on. Window heat off. Probe heat auto. Anti-ice off. Hydraulic pumps electrics off. Start switches off. Oil quantity 89.95. Hydraulic quantity 92.92. Radar test. Transponder standby at zeros. Parking checklist complete. Chocks are in. Jet wake come up. There it is. Ground power. And we'll call it the airplane's terminating, so we won't even connect the potable water. No galley, no. This. Ramp side looks good. Doors. Is the door open? No. I'm gonna open it. Boom. There it is. I'm gonna open these as well. Alright, well, welcome to San Francisco. That was a little sporty coming in, huh? Alright, make sure we got ground power, got the blue light, boom. There it is. Oh, taxi light should be off. Don't want to blind anybody. This needs to be that. And we're going to terminate this airplane. Put this airplane to bed. The Southwest Way. Stab trim needs to be in the green band. There it is. I like to put it right there in the middle. Usually around where a takeoff setting would be. Make sure we got this all recorded. Cool, complete flight, boom. That's that, and then we'll shut down this airplane. So we are ready. Get rid of that. Ready to shut the APU down. Luckily this so the NGs, they still have the EGT gauge. This is a good indicator of when it shuts down. Usually a minute or two. Gonna stop the clock. I don't need that anymore. Yeah, you can see outside. Here at Delta 3, 737-800. The NGs, nothing like the NGs, man. I love the NGs. As far as how much fuel we were supposed to have when we touched down, according to our dispatch release, we were supposed to have, let's see, we're supposed to have 10.6. 10.4? I'll take it. Really good. Alright. EGT gauge, alright. Alright, it's off now, so we're good. So now we'll do the terminating checklist. Okay, stab trim. Green band. IRS's off. Emergency exit lights off. External lights. Boom, boom, boom. Off. Ground power. AP is off, now ground power. Here's our battery. Off. One blue light. Now we're in a terminated. We've terminated the airplane correctly. It's ready to go for the originating crew tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Always a pleasure to stream and get a couple people that joined. Very nice. I gotta go back. I'm gonna do one stream tomorrow, but I gotta go back to work. I'm based out in Honolulu, so I gotta fly back to Honolulu probably the day after tomorrow in the evening. And I'll be working for about 10 days. I'm only working 10 days this bid. Next bid, I'm also probably going to be working maybe 12 to 13 days next bid. I'm doing 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Not a bad schedule. So, appreciate you guys joining us. And we'll see you guys in the next one. And happy flying. Subscribe, by the way. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thanks again.